Tom, the clouds were lingering today as Hermine made its way up the Atlantic coast. And from the air, we got a new perspective of the cleanup and the recovery.
The day after Hurricane Hermine from Sky 4, an aerial survey of the damage done. It's clear from the air that Jacksonville dodged a bullet. Some parts of town hit harder than others by the winds and drenching rains. This is just one of several similar scenes that played out today in Duval, St. Johns, and Clay counties. Crews racing to restore power to thousands of families. The driving winds uprooting trees and knocking out power lines. At the beach, the leftover swells from the storm passing by pound the shoreline near the Jacksonville Pier, creating dangerous rip current conditions that will likely persist through the Labor Day weekend. Near Blunt Island, large poles appear to have been tossed by the wind to the edge of the St. Johns River, and the ferry and the ocean carriers apparently back in business after a brief shutdown fearing the impending storm. At the time of this flight in Sky 4, the winds were still gusting, creating whitecaps on the St. Johns River near the Dames Point Bridge, which remained open through the height of the winds, despite fears that gusts would force the EOC to shut bridges down. At Everbank Field, no known reports of damage to the stadium or the largest scoreboard in the NFL. And at Jacksonville University, the only report of damage, one tree toppling on top of a car. According to meteorologists, Jacksonville was roughly 125 miles from the most powerful rain bands from Hurricane Hermine.
And even though the River City for the most part was windblown and still drying out, it is important to note that we managed to avoid the worst of the first hurricane to make landfall in Florida in more than 10 years.